All right, cool. All right. I don't know if you can hear me, folks out there. I'm not sure now. I'm not sure about if you can hear me, but we're going to go ahead and act like you can. All right, cool. All right. Want to go ahead and say hi to you folks tonight. It's at about 7:30 or so, 9:30 on the East Coast. Okay. So what I want to go ahead and go over a few things tonight with you is, first of all, again, this is live. This is from the house. You can hear dogs barking. People probably, whatever they're doing in the background. The thing is, just want to let you know also is that we are here to cover a few things with you tonight. All right. So I don't know if my technician, can you just verify that you can go ahead and hear and everything else? That'd be perfectly fine. But if you can do that,
You're
Mr.
loud. You're
All
loud
right.
and clear. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right. So, folks, one of the things I want to go over with you tonight, there's several things, but one thing I want to go ahead about corporate credit blueprints. This is one of our numbers there. Also 888-471-4252. That's another one that will work. Another number, and also corporatecreditblueprints.com. All right. We've helped over 40,000 business owners build corporate credit over the years. More than that, but that's just a minimum. Also, another thing, we have over 300 positive online reviews and several of our actual results online. Even our technician also has some excellent results as well. Remember, on some cards, you'll be able to use gas cards at any pump. The only thing is that you're just going to need your little passcode to get in. So it doesn't really matter where you have them at, but you're able to use them because they're fleet cards. So one thing I also want to go over is this with you guys. The bonuses today will be, guess what? Is that we'll have the playback on there. You also get 30 days free business credit monitoring if you wish, but you got to call in and get call in for the 30-minute review consultation, which is free. It doesn't cost you anything, okay? Then we give you 30 days of the Experian monitoring, 30 days of the Dun & Bradstreet credit monitoring. All right, you go in, set it up, and then we'll go ahead and clear everything for you. Also, the consultation is the $149 value that you'll get if you call in at 888-471-4252. We're staying at the end of the training. You'll receive all this thing today. All right. Now, if you call in today, we'll know because there's some things I do and there's an extension on it as well. Also, it's 888-471-4252, extension 2001. You're going to learn never to bring the pain home. But one thing, first of all, what we want to go ahead and do to understand a few things is this. You've got to be able to deal with the inconsistencies in the corporate credit building arena. Everybody has the same, I'm going to just tell you straight out, everybody has the same story. When I say everybody, that includes corporate credit blueprints. We have different names, yet there's different models and strategies that a lot of them will tell you. They're all basic elements that are not really, if you want to say, science to it. Everyone out there, I say you can Google anyone out there. They're going to give you the basic 5 where to get your corporate credit brand new. Nothing wrong with that. That's fine. All right. Then they say we have 7 places to go to. That's fine too. There's more than just 7. There's more than 8. There's 12. There's there's a total of 24. Some will tell you about them. I told you about one last week, how to go ahead and do it. It's real simple. I told you, even if you're unincorporated, if you have a tax ID, you have a DUNS number, a checking account, 411 that's listed, you'll be able to get this one product with no problem. And it reports to Dun & Brad. That's what you're looking for. And it's a card. It's a card, all right? And when you talk to them, because they'll call you back after you fill out the application, they'll call you back and just ask you what you're going to do and da-da-da-da. And the thing is, you can ask them on the phone, hey, look, can I use this card at any other place? And that was, I believe it was Flying J that I talked about, or no, Pilot. Yeah, Pilot Flying J. All right, you can go there and get a gas card, even if you're brand new, but you must have these elements in place first. Tax ID, 411, bank account, Dun & Brad, have the 401 listed, but you've got to have a bank account, and you must have your Dun & Brad and your business Experian. All right, so now, dealing with the inconsistencies is this. Everyone has the same model. It's like having a Ford, but the A-frames are all the same, okay? Just remember this. The inconsistency that you're dealing with is because they're just trying to get more business from you. The reason why I'm saying, look, come to the class, come to learn what we're going to go ahead and do. We'll teach you how to go ahead and get your corporation or get the business set up where you can do an unincorporated setup, cost you maybe $35 to do that. But then within 9 to 12 months, you want to go ahead and then get your corporation set up, your LLC or whatever you want to do. I don't advocate an LLC first, because you can look online. There's too much information out there about the LLC finally that educates people to let you know that an LLC is not good for you to start up yourself. Your C corporation gives you a lot. Remember, attorneys that could set a C corporation up for you left and right all day long. But the best protection is the C corporation, because there's things you need to do that allows you to do many things, because the organization, if you understand, there's paperwork that you're able to file that allows you to do things, where even if you have an LLC, if you're a managing member, you're hit, because you're saying you're the target. If you want, you'll learn. We even show you the structure, how it's done properly, so you don't get hurt. Everything we're teaching you is that we're not here to be your attorney. We're not here to be your accountant. We're not here to be your financial advisor. We're not here to even go ahead and tell you what to do, but we're instructing you what we do with our team and our group. What we do with the family. This is what the family does. This is where we go. It's not about concepts. It's about actual reality. All right. Also, they learn not to bring the pain home. Some of you say, don't go ahead and do a sole proprietorship. Incorrect. Sole proprietor is fine. And there is a way to set it up so you don't get tagged. Again, remember, tax ID. Debt follows tax ID. Debt follows tax ID. Also, then after, eventually, when you get things going, you'll be able to set your corporation up if you do it a sole proprietorship, because you'll have the money to do it. And yet you'll have a history built on the tax ID, built on the DUNS number, and that history would go right over. Let's say you have 9 months to 12 months in, that history will go to your corporation ASAP. Dun & Brad will put it on. Business Experience will put it on. And now it moves over. You just show them the paperwork, you incorporate it. So here's the thing. Again, debt follows tax ID, tax ID, tax ID, DUNS number, business Equifax number, okay? Remember these things. This is the stuff the other companies don't talk about. That is what this is what I mean by the inconsistencies. Everybody always has a better plan. None of us has a better plan. But we have different strategies that we are more experienced in than other areas. The basics, I believe everybody has that down to a pocket. Now, some things they don't tell you about the unincorporated, how to go ahead and do that, because they don't really either know or understand it or not, don't even care. I don't know. They want to charge you, $1,400 or so for the basic stuff. I don't care about all that. I want to get you from in the first 90 days, so you can get into the second 90 days to start building your credit, because then to learn the other stuff that goes on, yes, that's what it's going to cost to go ahead and get you from $50,000 to $500,000 to $1 million worth of credit, because you already have the foundation. The beautiful thing about this is that, here's the thing, $97 a month is not a bad deal for from 6 to 9 months to learn the stuff and get the foundations done. You'll be able to have a plan in place. Even if you don't have an idea, you still want to build your corporate credit. This is where the inconsistency can come in, because the inconsistency comes with, well, I don't know, I'm not really sure. Here's the thing. I said this before. We're not here to sell anybody anything, because some of it's not even right for some of you. Some of you don't even really, how can I put it? You wish you had it, and then fine. You know what? Then this is what we really would do. We just kind of push you, say, look, you want it or not? Yes or no? Cool. You know what? When you do, come back or go to somewhere else. But the thing is, we're real straight. Some of you don't even need it, which means in other words, you don't have the desire. No sense of putting you into something that you're not going to go ahead and fulfill on. A lot of you buy programs and put them aside and say they don't work. It's not our fault. You bought 5 other corporate credit building programs. Now you want to do another one. If you want to get motivated, it's not going to happen here. We're not going to motivate you. Motivation, go get it free on YouTube. YouTube will give you all the Tony Robbins is around. He's great. He'll motivate you and get going like this. Boo, yeah, let's go. Bye. All excited. All right. Nothing wrong with that. But you've got to know that you get motivated by getting out of bed. The next thing is, we're not here to go ahead and be your coaching firm. We're not looking for someone who wants to get information. You want information about whatever it is, go someplace else and get it. This might sound a little harsh to some of you, but the reality is, hey, look it. A lot of you want to play around. You want your dream. You want your money. You want things to happen. You want OPM. You know what OPM is? This are the things you got to want to begin to understand and learn. This is where the inconsistency come in. We're not here to sell you anything. We're here to go ahead and say, if you want to invest in yourself and you want to move forward and go somewhere, and I'm talking to you. Yes, you know who I'm talking to. And if you think I'm talking to you, I am. In fact, hold on, don't even change the channel yet. Don't even change the station, because what comes out of this mouth today for you could make a difference in your life. See, a lot of you want to hear corporate credit blueprints is the same as everybody else. But let me tell you, we're not. We're straight, we're point blank. I'm telling you, I'm not entertaining. I am not here to entertain you. But what I'm here to is to make sure you get what you're looking for. No horse playing around. No, like, okay, I mean, I understand having some fun. Okay, don't get me wrong. But I'm not an entertaining guy. But I really want to tell you, also, we're not here to fool you. We're not here to pull wool over your eyes. We're here to get you where you want to go. If you want to hop on a team and be part of a family that we're going to go where you want to go, that's fine. But if you're here to go ahead and let me see if it works, don't even give us your money. I was on the phone with some people this week, actually the last 2 weeks, and I haven't said a whole lot to my team about it because I was just figuring out some things about, one thing that people really don't realize, the greatest asset in the is in the middle of chaos is your certainty. Right now, there's COVID-19. It's going to go on to in 2021, unfortunately. Where are you going to be this time next year? This time next year, where are you going to be? And do you have the funds to go ahead and do it? Better yet, let's say you have $1 million in the bank. Why would you be foolish to go ahead and use that money when you can generate and create the money that you go ahead to use? So if you end up losing, you win, because guess what? You're protected by the tax ID. Tax ID, debt follows tax ID. You're not going to get that kind of write-offs in a personal deal. Even when we show you how to go ahead and do the unincorporated types, the way set up, you can still go ahead and benefit from it, because here's the fact. Once you get the money to go ahead and incorporate it, you can move everything over. You have a history. Okay. Also, your income is regulated by your skills. Your income is regulated by your skills. I don't care who you are, if you're Amazon or if you're just a person right now starting out in some kind of big home business that promises you the sky. I've heard a lot of guys on YouTube now beginning to come out and say some things about it, where they do stuff and then it never really works. And a lot of them are gone now. They've been advertising in the beginning. Now they're not anymore about real estate or certain things, and so on and so on. Here's the thing. Corporate credit never changes, other than sometimes the programs change a little bit, but yet it's still consistent. Consistent with corporate credit is this. If you follow the rules of corporate credit, yes, it takes 90 days. I'm going to be real straight. It takes 90 to 120 days to get the proper score and build it right. Even if you have $1 billion and you put it into the bank and build certain things in credit, you still have to wait for the score to show up. If you want to buy the scores out there, go ahead. Take the chance of your company getting flagged. Take the chance of your company getting flagged. You don't want to do none of that nonsense stuff. You want to do stuff correctly. So guess what? When your time comes to get your cards and start building, the first level is fine. You need 5 reporting to get the DUNS number. Now, people say it's incorrect. All right, but the reason why you want 5 behind that is so when we get to the cards, then we can get your cards quicker. Now we want to go ahead and build 5 cards to 8 cards on your report. Once we get to 5 to 8 cards, then we can go to the 10 cards. The 10 cards you start building, getting closer to the cash credit you've been looking for. Plus, on top of that, those 5 references that you do in the beginning will make a difference, because some of them that you apply for will give you a $3,000 limit, $2,000 limit, $1,000 limit, some a $4,000 limit. Well, which means this, that's what's going to report on your Dun & Brad business experience and also your Equifax. All right. Once you get all those reporting, even on Dun & Brad, getting that kind of money reporting, when we go to the cards, what do you think your cards might be close to? Close to the 3,000. So you get 2,500. It's building. It's building. It's building. One thing people don't understand, it's building. It's all about building. I don't care if you don't have a product yet, as long as you keep and building your corporate credit, and you got to use it. If you don't use it, you'll lose it, which means this. I don't care if you buy gas on a card. Move the cards around and the gas around on the card. 25 this week on card, 25, well, not 25 anymore, 40 bucks on a car on gas this week and a $40 on another card. Let's say you have 5 gas cards. Just every week, move them around because you're using it. Even if they give you $3,000, go ahead. Truckers, listen to this, truckers. You truckers out there want to start building your corporate credit because you have more things. You get truck fleet to rent, to lease out, or to purchase a tractor and a trailer. Some of you, your credit that you were in business before, some of you truckers out there, guess what? You can go ahead and build your whole empire all over again by using corporate credit. Those of you who have business that have money, well, I'm doing well, all right. Then great. Why are you going to put your family and bring the pain home? Stop using. Stop using. And the reason I'm talking, because there was a lot of people, I'll tell you, I spoke to this week, man, they brought the pain home. They bought the restaurant with their family's money. They owe the family money now. Why build now? Because 21 is not going to be any different. Other than the president, the new one that's coming in, will guarantee you this much. Sometime next year, you watch, for 4 to 8 weeks, it will be shut down. What are you going to do then? When you have OPM, you'll have the corporate credit money you can stand on and get it going, especially get the cash credit. Then you can go ahead and float some of the stuff. But remember, debt follows tax ID. Do you think the big companies worry about all this whole thing when they close down? Because they have divisions and they use the divisions to further things, to move things. And if they have to, they can use a division to take the hit instead of the parent company. So there's many things that they don't teach you out there, the strategies and the math and the scientific ways to go ahead and move things in the appropriate way that no one can accuse you of anything. It's just like I said, your income is regulated by your skills. I mean, the same thing here. Doesn't matter. We have 2,000 people in the room. That's awesome. And we have, 1,000, go ahead and apply. That's cool. That's this particular skill, but still it's regulated by that. Now, our corporate credit helps us get through things because we have life. I mean, there's many things that go on that people really don't understand. But the thing is, if you have $1 million in corporate credit, what do you think you can do? All right, I say $500,000. Folks, I'm telling you, this is no pipe dream. This is not some sunshine, blow it up, whatever, you know what it is, the wazoo. Like I said, we're not here to fool you. We're not here to pull the wool over your eye. If you have those kind of thoughts, we don't want you anyways. We'll just be straight about it. Why? We're only looking for people that really understand that their income is regulated by their skill. Now, if you had money sitting on the side, if you ever go into a slump, because I don't care who you are, even Tony Robbins has a slump. But it kind of goes like this. You will have your highest high will be your highest low. And then you have a new high in your business, and that new high will become your new low. But it doesn't mean you're going to go back down to the low you were before, but it means you're always going to have a low, even if your low is the high that you had once before. But again, your income is based on skills regulated. Let me tell you, you get the corporate credit rolling, soon you'll make more money having corporate credit around because you won't have to worry about what you can do to carry yourself through. They shut something down, no problem. If you have a beauty shop, guess what? If they want to close it down because you can't get around people, you know what? No worries. The thing is, you want to begin to understand for yourself is that corporate credit is power. Well, how do you think a lot of these big companies made it through? Because they had nothing to do? No, they use their credit lines and stuff to float things around. And then they move the product. Then those of you that are doing online business, why don't you do this one with the one company I've seen? He's one of the few that I've seen, and also some regular about the funnel stuff that goes on, that said this. You can really tell who the gurus are by the ones that said, I'll build the business for you, and then we'll turn it over to you. Now they add a caveat and say, well, call us to see if it's a fit with you. So again, I challenge them. If they really meant what they said, everything should be a fit. This is the reason why the first 90 days you come with us, we really don't charge you. We tell you how to get there. So the next 90 days, you can kind of have some money. Because here's the thing, I do want you to have money to go ahead and spend with us. I'm not going to lie to you. That's why sell anything in the beginning? You get to know us by what we do the first 90 days with you, what we offer you, what we give you, the instructions we give you. Some of you don't even call and register for the class. You don't put no information to go on corporatecreditblueprints.com, corporatecreditblueprints.com. Put your information in there. Put the consultation in there. Grab the free book that you can grab anywhere out in the streets. All right. And I'm not belittling the book. You'll even notice we don't have a sale page on our website. Why? Because if you call us, then we know you're serious. And on top of that, if you call us, we call you, we talk, you like us, cool. You know what? You're going to sign up for the course? Cool, you sign up. Guess what we're going to charge you? We're going to tell you we need an hour of your time each week. And if you want to advance a little further, we have an extra class we'll do for you for free as well. It's just going to be your time. And when that clock starts ticking, we'll get you to a certain point, boom. Because again, we have about the tax ID, DUNS number, we get our stuff for you. And if you, like I said, if you're working on a shoestring budget, or if you don't have a shoestring budget and you have money, but you say, you know, I want to see how the unincorporated thing works because I'm willing to go ahead and see how it does. Because once you learn that, there's some secret things behind that as well. There's a strategy behind it. There's a strategy behind it. But I want you folks to understand that if the person really means what they say, why would they have to put a caveat saying, well, if the business, you know, I understand if it's some kind of goofy business, okay? And I don't know what goofy business is. But I had one of those guys one time tell me back, maybe, I think it was last year, because I created another division of the corporate building things because I wanted to see how serious they were. And they said, well, it's probably not a good fit for us. So that tells me a lot about them. If you're good at what you do, you take on a project because you know you can get it done. And on top of that, I'll go up against the best out there. There's one person that I would have to go ahead and I would go ahead and bow down and say, you know what, you're the guru to this one part of the area. But other than that, I don't care who you are. Because you know what? How do they go? They don't even tell you how to double your money. They don't even tell you when you start building your corporate credit, you don't use that building block as a business. You create a division and start building one of your divisions. But how do you do a division? How do you do a division? That's another thing. It's not what you think it is. It's not what you think it is. How many people out there? There's probably one person out there. But other than that, I hear all these other credit guys, all these other corporate credit people, they never talk about divisions. They always talk about the first layer. Any horse head, including ours, we can do that too. Who cares? It's like, you know what? You already know how a gas station works. You drive to a gas station, put gas in and go. Okay? The same thing. The real gurus will feed you golden nuggets. Like I call this one guy in the personal credit arena, Mikey Likes It. All right, people say he's done this, he's done that. He said he's done whatever he's done, and so on and so on in the personal in the personal business. His corporate credit side, it's something. Okay, it's cool, but it's a little weak. I will be honest, you know. But he's good at what he does on the personal side, you know. And a lot of people have talked smack about him. Everyone's going to talk smack about anybody. I'm just telling you, the gurus all out there are awesome. But again, they don't get into a deeper level for the folks that are really serious about not bringing the pain home and going forward in their life. Knowing, okay, great, it's not a concept they're telling me. It actually works because you step by step. I can tell you right now, the people that are beginning building their credit with it are beginning to see, because when they receive their first hard card, they're going to learn about how to multiply that card from one to another, which means this: if you have a corporation or a business that's building the corporate credit, all right, the proper way, then there's a way to go ahead and daisy chain. Let's say they give you $2,500 on the card. Well, let me ask you this. If you had 10 times 2,500, how much would that be, folks? 10 times 2,500, how much would that be? That'd be $25,000. You take one card and you can get yourself 25 grand without personal guaranteeing the card. No PG, period. See, you want to earn more by building your corporate credit. Now, this sounds crazy when I say earn more, because you might hear I'm saying, I'm earning money building corporate credit, I'm in debt. No, you're not. In debt is being on the personal side. The personal side of your life, you're in debt. On the other side of the corporate credit, the corporation's in debt. You cannot run your corporation the way you run your personal credit life. It's totally different. Totally different. If you try to run your business like you run your personal credit in life, you are going down like a fire plane with gas in your bridges. Like really, it's totally opposite. If you're this one all prideful about, oh, my credit's so clean, guess what? Who cares? Can you go ahead and build business credit and take it to the edge? Take it to the edge. Take it to the edge doesn't mean be foolish. But a lot of you that have your business out there, and I'm talking to you guys out there now, those that you pride yourself, hey, well, I got good credit and I'm building my business with my personal credit. Well, congratulations. But how much risk do you take? Do you take it to the edge or do you go, whoa, whoa, no, 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 because just in case? But see, this is the reason why a lot of people that actually have a corporate credit established and established the proper way, which means this, you can take it to the edge just like the big boys. And guess what? If it doesn't work, oh, well, debt follows tax ID. Debt follows Dun and Brad. Debt follows Business Experian. Debt follows, guess what? Equifax. They can take it to the edge. And if it doesn't work, oh, well, they find out what they didn't do. They find out why it didn't work. And guess what? You will learn the corporate strategies that the corporations use to get themselves ahead. There's many ways, folks. You're going to want to learn to deploy the strategies that don't require you to work any harder. In fact, you can earn more by having corporate credit because it gives you a different leverage field. And also, you must, when I say you must, this is now as a must. You must understand your leadership abilities and lack of thereof. Why? Because every one of us, I don't care if you want to say if it's to Tony Robbins, to these other gurus out there that show about leadership, everyone has a flaw. A flaw is not bad. The flaw actually has you become stronger. Just like when you work out. When you work out and you're working out, you realize some people have a little, they're a little off shape. Their legs might be bigger than their upper body, or the upper body is bigger than their legs. Hey, you're going to have to really work on the other one, aren't you? The same thing here. And also, if you need to be, you got to get yourself around people that don't need to be motivated, that don't need information, that are actually looking for information to be straight, be authentic, to that people get enrolled in their business and they want to do business with you because you're authentic. And on top of that, you're not afraid to confront yourself of who you are as a human being. Now, with that said, some of us became so sedated in the particular arena of the field. The thing is, guess what? Being a sedated warrior or warriorette is that when most people come to play, they've been so sedated by what's gone on with the 2020, with the coronavirus when it hit in March. A lot of them got their feet knocked out from under them. A lot of people don't even know how to work, didn't know how to work from home. A lot of people didn't understand it even existed. They always went to work and got this. They were good little kids. They were good little children. I got to go to work. Oh, happy, happy, happy. All of a sudden, bam, sorry, we don't need you. Now they go to unemployment or whatever it was. Some of you own businesses and look what happened. My God, nobody was ready for it. Now, some people were because they had their corporate credit going. And on top of that, do you realize it's even easier now to get corporate credit? For some reason, it's got a lot easier. Don't know why, don't understand it. That's the area. It's kind of like, I have a rough idea, but I'm not going to say why. But here's where the leadership comes in. Your leadership skills come in when you're able to know when the storm comes, you don't panic. People panic and then everything goes out the door. People panic and then things go out the door. You want to remember that, folks, we here also will talk about leadership. We talk about the authenticities you can go ahead and have to make a difference for your people. If it's just you generating something in life or just you assisting other people, who are you going to be? Who are you going to be for your family? Who are you going to be for your loved ones? What kind of rock are you going to be? Now, rock doesn't mean you're cold-hearted, but rock means you're steady in the storm. That when they say, you know what, who we can go to because they don't panic in the midst of chaos, that's the best currency you can have, knowing. And I'm going to tell you, corporate credit gives you a whole different mantra, whole different mentality about not bringing the pain home, Oh, okay, I see this coming. You're able to run to it and not be afraid of it. In fact, you welcome, you welcome the problem because there is a solution for everything that you actually do. And inside of that, people don't realize that the solution is in the challenge, not the problem, in the challenge. The challenge you never had before, the solution's there. You've got to be willing to look for it instead of trying to panic. People panic so much, it's pathetic. Why do you have to panic? If you know how to read or could call, pick up a phone and say, hey, I got this paper from you. You says X, Y, and Z. Could you explain that to me what it means from your end? There's nothing wrong with that. If you knew everything, we wouldn't need anything from anybody. But here's the best thing about it. At Corporate Credit Blueprints, we're here to give you the keys to the kingdom that will set you free financially if you so wish to play. I'm not talking the surface stuff. You come and learn for us the first 90 days to get your company set up, get your scores going, 90 to 120 days. And then after that, we already know what you have. And guess what? We show you many ways to go ahead and get the credit, the cash credit you need to pay for your product and services to get you going. But the beginning, it's free because guess what? Why charge you for something that everybody is going to try to charge you for anyways? The reason why I do that is because of the fact I'm putting our money where our mouth is. You come with us for 90 days, 120 days, you get to see who we are. You get to see who we are, how we work, how we act. You get to come to the training on Wednesdays. Again, the Wednesday trainings are usually either 10 p.m. Eastern or 9 p.m. Eastern, depending. Now, from that thing, you get to come to the class. We have 1 hour. It's a closed room. It has a password you need to get in. All right. And this is not anything you paid for. Once you pay for the service, I'm going to show you on Wednesday what the back room looks like, what it does to get you going, what it does to guide you. In other words, it'll guide you on top of us guiding you. So you'll have live training, but also you can go back in the back room and go, oh, okay, I see where I'm at. Oh, I need to put this in. Oh, I need to do this. Yes. So the beautiful thing about it is that one thing you want to remember is this. For those of you who have a corporation already set up, and if you want to see what the next level for you is, give us a call. Call us. Let us know so you can talk about it. Those of you who have friends that have shops, beauty shops, small businesses, have them call us because there's many sources that's possible. Even if they don't have good credit, there's many ways to solve it, many ways to get it done. Even if your score is 500, you can still go ahead and get financing for your business based on certain things and what type of business you're in. If you're a restaurant business, a sandwich shop business, a hair salon business, I guess a massage place, a chiropractor office, even while it's shut down, there's things that you can get carried over. There's just many things you can apply for. Or call us and you say, you know, I have a company, but it's too far gone, I think. Great. We'll go ahead and look up what you have. We'll ask you about certain things. We'll find this out, find that out. Even when you lose, we'll show you how to win with that. What if I told you if you had some good pieces that you're still paying on and still working with, and things are looking good for those little pieces, but it's not a whole lot, you don't think? Call us because some of those little pieces can make a huge difference. All of us, we can show you how to restructure everything and move things so everything's appropriately done for you, so you can go ahead and move forward. There's many options to the world of corporate credit. It's up to you to go ahead and call for the option. Again, the consultation will cost you nothing. Like I said earlier, you just call us at 888-471-4252, extension 2001. Call us and schedule, or go online to corporatecreditblueprints.com, sign up for the free consultation. You put your information in, you put your email in, put your name in, put your phone number in, and then the best time to call you, and we'll schedule the time. Someone from the office will probably call you to schedule the time or ask you if this particular time still works for you, then we'll schedule that time. All I want to let you guys know Are you going to be in the same place 2020, 21? Which means why go out of business when you don't have to? All I want to let you know is give us a call to see what you can go ahead and do. We're not asking you to go ahead. I'm not asking you to go ahead to buy anything. I don't want you to buy it. I'm going to give you a solution and say, great, what do you want to do? Because here's the thing. One thing I tell everybody here, the staff here with us that works here at Corporate Credit Blueprint, it's not to go ahead and sell you anything. We want to find out maybe this product's not even right for you. Go to, well, I'll even refer you to 3 other places. Go here because they'll baby step you. They'll charge you for the baby steps and everything else. This won't be right for you because, hey, some of it's not because we move. I'm talking we move. And I'm talking, we don't sit, we will not let you sit down. For the first 90 to 120 days, you're going to be moving and rocking and rolling because we're going to get things done so you can have what you say you want. If you don't want something, you're not for us because we want people that are movers, not just, well, I don't have anything yet. You have something in mind, you just don't want to share. Okay, cool. That's okay. We don't share it, but at least start building towards. Some of you have great degrees. You paid for it and what do you got to show for it? At least here, when you make the investment in yourself, this is what we keep telling you. Even if you made I'm not saying what this price, I just use this number a lot. I don't know why I do, but I do. All right, even with a $5,000 investment, if you made times 10, that's $50,000 you get in return. You have a minimum of $50,000 in business credit for a small investment of if that number, whatever that number is. But the crazy thing about it, a lot of you don't look at it that way. A lot of you go to school, do the work, get the right answers, do good, get an A. Nothing wrong with that. I fell in the same trap. I fell in the same trap. Okay, back in was it 97? 97 I completed. So I understand. And you know what? Guess what? It's okay. But here at least you get a return to go ahead and fulfill on a dream. I just want to say to you folks, we're not here to go ahead and try to go ahead and sell you anything. You want something, you got to tell us. We ask you, call us to have a conversation. Then we're going to straight up and ask you, what do you want to do? All right, you need to think about it. I'm going to ask you, think about what? It's either yes, you do or no, you don't. And that's perfectly fine. And if I say, you know what? Here, call them. It's a little cheaper over here probably. Go with them. But the thing is, you're not going to learn the basics. Some of you come in right away and you know you want to go for the throat. We take you with the first 30 days through some steps, and then after that we take you into the big boy room. Some of you are like egomaniacs. This mostly I'm talking to most of you men. You know who I'm talking to, and guys, you know this. Some of your egos, you still can't write a check to pay for it. I don't care if you have $10 billion. Let's go $100 trillion. You still don't have a big enough check to go ahead and cash in on an ego. Remember that. But because now, see, you have an ability for those of you that make that kind of money, you have an ability to go ahead and grow it more and more. And then you have ability, if you have people working for you or around you, to show them actually how you built it yourself in a way that you built it in your community, in your family. Family meaning the people that work with you. See, here's the thing. If you learn one strategy that will multiply your money at least a minimum of 5 to 10 times. Let's say you have, I don't know, a couple $1 million worth of corporate credit. And you took that, multiply it times 10. How much would that be? 2 million times 10 would be what? See, these are the things you want to begin to realize. What is it that I can have even one strategy that will make a shift hugely in my building my credit? For those of you that happen to have good credit and you use your good credit to build some of your corporation stuff, have they showed you a way out yet? Like literally, have they really shown you a way out? How to build corporate credit to remove you from the personal guarantee. I said there's one thing about real estate. This is one class that a person won't be able to get into after a year because they got to have at least $1 million in corporate credit. What if I told you that there was a way again? I said this, I think 2 weeks ago. I'm going to say it again. What if I told you there was a way to go ahead and this is small and pop LLCs. Usually they have a $2.5 million to a $5 million, small apartment unit or whatever units they are. and they're debt servicing properly. All right. They just want out. What if I told you there was a way to go ahead and have that LLC that they have, and there's things, a way, strategy, there's calls you have to make to find out if it's doing this. But let's say it's reporting on the LLC. What if I were able to tell you that, let's say I had a 5-year history, that 5-year history could legally be transferred to a brand new overnight C corporation. You get that 5-year history reported to the Dun & Brad, everything on the up and up, of course, no fancy weird stuff. And then you were able to refinance the property legally, because it legally transferred, the debt transferred, and everything that needs to follow transfers properly. They're able to refinance the property, and then you're able to work and negotiate some deal with the persons that followed it. There's just many ways to skin a cat. Because remember that they don't care about the corporation, how long it has. They just care about the credit history. And on top of that, if a debt services itself, they really don't care if the corporation is making the money to make that. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you are good in real estate and you understand what I just said. But you've never realized that you can actually move an LLC into a place to where you can get the history of that mortgage properly, legally, no finagling, straight up, authentic. Now, how much would that be worth to you? Think about it. Anyways, folks, I want to say good night. I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Also remember, go and please, I don't really say this to tell you to get bummed out. I'm telling you to look at it to get excited. Because whatever the new administration is going to do, it's not going to be very healthy for the people that work for other people. Yet a corporation is going to be very healthy in certain ways, especially building the corporate credit. Absolutely. And in 2021, where are you going to be? Are you going to be where you're at today, this very moment, 12 months from now? Or are you going to be further ahead of the game, where even some of you that are dreaming about having something haven't started it yet? Will it be started by then? Why not, at least, I'll use a real simple number. Why not have the money available through the corporate credit that allows you to have the tax write-offs that are all powerful that you can have? And on top of that, you're able to have a perk package. You're able to go ahead and guess what? You're going to fill out a resume. You're going to fill out an application. You're going to fill out a W-9 form, I-9 form, an I-9 form, because you're going to be employed. You're going to be an employee. There's a reason why behind all this, and I won't tell you why. But like I said, we're not here to be your attorney. We're not here to be your consultant. We're not to be your financial planner. We're not even here to give you financial advice. We're not even going to tell you how to rub 2 pennies together, okay? We're going to tell you what we're doing, what we've done, and what all of the attorneys that we spent money on these, also the forms I talk about. We spent a lot of money on them, but the thing is, they're basic forms now. Why? Because once you realize they're all the same legal writing, just a little different here and there, but nothing the same. But you're going to like them. Also, for those of you who really must have an LLC, let me ask you a question before we leave. What if I told you that if you set up an LLC in a way that the LLC, the managing member, wouldn't be you, but yet you've been given the power and authority to sign on behalf of the LLC, but not the acting manager. So if anything happens, it won't come back on you either. Just remember something I said earlier. Debt follows tax ID. The correct paperwork followed and giving you instructions to go ahead and have you do something for the business. Then there's certain things why it will keep you out of trouble. Also, another thing, anybody out there that happens to, if you have an attorney friend, talk to them and ask them this question. Whoever files a letter of intent first usually prevails. Ask them that. So intent is improved by action, is it not? So if you're the first to go ahead and have the right forms filled out, and you have no intent to ever do any fraud, and that means you can't go do fraud. You just file the paperwork, then you get a lot of people off your back in a certain way it's filed. Okay? I just want to say this with you folks tonight. God bless you. Thanksgiving's coming. Again, if some of you can get together with some organization, or if you're able to have the funds to donate you know, $45 will definitely get a good turkey dinner. It'll get a whole turkey. It'll get the stuffing. It'll get the 2 pies. It'll get the rice. It'll get the canned yams or the real yams you want, 2 cans of corn, the mashed potatoes in the box. I know they're not fresh mashed potatoes, but okay, for mashed potatoes, many other things you'll be able to get for them for about $45. If you can just do one $45, then take it to a church or a charity that you know they'll accept it. Go to Walmart or your local store that has all those products. It won't cost you cost you about 45. Oh, and the little rolls for them. Go ahead and just even 40. Do you imagine if 322 million just bought one, you'd be able to feed 322 million people in the United States. Just remember, we're blessed. If you're able to hear this thing tonight, you're blessed. For those of you struggling, you think, oh my God, I'm surviving. How am I going to give 45? Then guess what? Get a few friends together and come up with 4 people to come up with $10 a piece. All right, $10 a piece or $12.50 a piece, whatever. So 4 you can do it. All right. If you can't, do it 5. All I'm saying is that you guys make a difference. Make a difference to society, not because you want the praise, but because you know you've done something, and that's good. So thank you again. Good night. We wish you the best. And most of all, we'll see you Wednesday night. Wednesday night. Go register now because we're talking about registration. So with that said, good night to all.